As far as I know, I'm the only person on YouTube who predicted exactly when this Dogecoin spike would happen. Roll the clip. And all of these signs seem to be pointing to an idea that it could raise in value significantly. Roll it one more time. Raise in value significantly. Everyone who had the notifications on was able to see that right after I posted it. Then I also said this. So what I think you should do right now, a lot of YouTubers will just say, okay, I'm not going to tell you any specific thing, I'm just going to be a wimp and not actually give you any specific thing you can do. Instead of being a wimp, like a lot of those other YouTubers, no offense, but also offense, I'm actually going to give you a specific thing that I think you should do right now in terms of investing. And that is take $100 and invest it into Dogecoin. That $100 investment was specifically for people who don't necessarily have a lot of money to invest. For people who are just coming in and just getting started, I was suggesting that people who had more money to invest should put significantly more than $100 in at that exact moment in time. I do want to be clear though, that all of these predictions are just based on stats, they're just based on algorithms, and they're not always right. All this is an educated guess. It's a bet. You are making a bet based on all of the evidence you have. So that is why we have an advantage here on YouTube over almost everyone else in the cryptocurrency community, because we can work together and use all of this stuff to our advantage and make a lot of money at the same time. If you had invested at that exact time when I said I strongly recommend that you invest in Dogecoin right now, that was from December 30th. You can go right now and look back at that clip and see those exact words. Look at the timestamp, December 30th. I predicted this when everyone else was saying sell your Dogecoin. I said I strongly recommend buying. Not just kind of recommend, not just partially recommend. I strongly recommend buying. And the people who did made more than 50% return on their investments. 50% in a few days, which is one of the best investment returns you can possibly see in any kind of market. Those are truly insane numbers. I personally made a ton of money in the last 4 days, and everyone who listened to me and bought at that exact time also made a lot of money, which means there's a ton of room for Dogecoin to grow in value. Going into the future, there's a lot more question marks. A lot of the patterns I saw, I'm going to tell you in this video, so that way we can look and see those patterns in the future. Subscribing with the notifications on is one of the best ways to stay up to date with what's happening with Dogecoin and other cryptocurrencies, because I'm following all of these with multiple computer algorithms. I'm also looking at a lot of other factors, including how much it's being talked about on social media in terms of day by day, in terms of percentage of people talking about it. I'm looking at all this stuff in terms of articles, how it's getting media attention, who tweets about it, who posts on Instagram about it. All of this stuff I'm factoring in. I'm also looking at patterns from the past. So that is why subscribing to this channel with the notifications on could be one of the best investments that you will ever make. I say that every video because it is actually true. And just in case you guys were wondering, if you want to know how invested I am in Dogecoin, I actually have a golden retriever. Who's my favorite golden retriever? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, now the reason I brought you here today, buddy, I want to go ahead and talk to you about Dogecoin, since you're a golden retriever and you probably know a lot about it. So Scotty, can you go ahead and sit down for the Dogecoin meeting? Can you go ahead and sit down? All right, now here's the deal. I want to make a transaction with you. Can we make this work? Some Dogecoin, we can sell the Dogecoin and we can all get rich together. Is that a deal, buddy? Good boy. Who's a good Dogecoin trader? Yes, you are. I mean, do I need to say anything else? I have a golden retriever. So if you want to know who's the best Dogecoin YouTuber, which one has a golden retriever, that's all you have to remember. Now on to the specific patterns I saw that led me to believe Dogecoin was about to spike. The first one is about a 25% increase in tweets about Dogecoin on Twitter in the days before that happened. A 25% increase. We also saw a number of high-profile people tweeting about it. On top of that, if you look back at the previous patterns, you can see that from December to January, there's often a bit of a bump. And the very biggest Dogecoin spike to date, the biggest of all time, the GOAT of Dogecoin spikes, happened from December to January. So all of those things combined, plus, here's probably perhaps the most important factor that led me to believe Dogecoin was about to spike. My predictions are never 100% accurate, but I do have a way higher accuracy rating than almost every other YouTuber who covers cryptocurrency. So that is why this channel is growing so fast. That is why we have now become the #1 channel on all of YouTube for Dogecoin, and why very soon I believe we can become the #1 channel on all of YouTube for cryptocurrency in general, because no one else is putting the time and effort into watching this that I am. But here's the main factor. The main factor is that we saw a lot of movement upwards with Bitcoin in the coming days before the Dogecoin spike. When Bitcoin started to go up, the ingredients were right for a Dogecoin spike. You need Bitcoin to be going up for that to happen. Dogecoin cannot really truly be successful, at least not to the degree where it can make us a lot of money, unless Bitcoin is having success as well. And the reason why is because the systems put in place in order to accept Bitcoin, a lot of those can also be used to accept other forms of cryptocurrency, including Dogecoin, which seems to be getting a lot of media attention right now. I'm going to make another video on all of the media attention that Dogecoin has been getting lately, so you're not going to want to miss that. In that video, I'm going to cover a lot of the stuff that really shows how much potential Dogecoin has. Not only because it gets so much attention, but also because it's very popular in the minds of people, and it has kind of a cult following, which is really cool to see. All of us in the Dogecoin community, we have a lot in common. We all like a lot of the same things. We all want to see our money grow, and we're all invested in ourselves and into the future, which means that the Dogecoin community is significantly smarter than the average population, and it also means that the Dogecoin community is likely going to be the people who becomes the richest out of just about everyone else. A lot of people, the mainstream people, are investing some money into Bitcoin. They're investing some of their money into some of the big cryptocurrencies, Ethereum for example, and Ethereum has potential too. Dogecoin has potential. But all of those people tend to fall more into the mainstream. The people who are looking further down the list and taking a chance on Dogecoin, we are the people who are truly invested in the future. Most important thing to take away from this video though, and I'm going to spell it out just to make sure that everyone understands, is IOWNAGOLDENRETRIEVER. Or who's my favorite Dogecoin trader? That's right, it's you, buddy. It's you, Scotty. Look at that fluffy golden fur. But seriously though, I look forward to giving you guys more Dogecoin tips in the future. I look forward to giving you more cryptocurrency tips and also more financial tips. Because the goal for all of us, if you're invested in Dogecoin, you're invested in yourself. The goal for all of us is to make a financial future that is not only able to make us successful and make us have a high quality of life, but also allow us to make the people around us have a higher quality of life too. Our family, our friends, the people we love. We want to build enough wealth to the point where we don't have to worry about the small things in life. We can just take our own paths and do the things we want to do when we want to do them. Retire early, enjoy freedom, enjoy the opportunities and the amazing things that not only the USA can offer, but a lot of countries all around the world can offer. Another thing to keep in mind is that it's not just about the long-term growth. There are also some amazing opportunities in the short term to make a lot of money. Building wealth over time and increasing your overall net worth over time. All of that is important and energy should be devoted to it. But as far as making money in the short term, I think some of that is maybe even more exciting than the long-term stuff. Because in the short term, you can see your investment pay off right away, which is fun to see. But keep in mind, it's really hard to do that, which is why we need the computer algorithms. We need all of this extra stuff to be tracking it to make sure we don't lose money, because it's really easy to lose money. Even with the computer algorithms, it can still be hard at times, but it does give us a major advantage over everyone else in the market. I've already said it a couple times on my channel, but one time that continues to be strong, and the reason why I have to keep saying it again is because these times change every single week, sometimes even by the day. But because these times are constantly changing, I need to keep giving you these updates, which is again why it's so important to have those notifications on. If you don't have the notifications on, you will not get these important updates that let you know exactly when you need to do this and when you need to do that to make the money. But 3 to 4 p.m. continues to be a strong time. What I'd recommend doing right now is tomorrow planning on putting some money into Dogecoin at 3 p.m., then taking it out at 4 p.m. Don't touch it at all in the meantime. The only way though I would say don't do that is if we start to see Dogecoin start to go down a lot. Then at that point we may want to hold back and not put in the 3 to 4 p.m. time investment, because right now there's a little bit of difference. Normally the market is more stable. Right now we're seeing a ton of movement, so it's way harder to predict this stuff. But once the spotlight is not shining as strongly on Dogecoin, it's going to be way easier for me to tell you these specific times to invest. And that is why the future of this channel is so bright. Most people are going into it alone. Most people are trying to make money in the very difficult stock market all by themselves. But here on YouTube, in this specific community, we can work on it together. And we also have all of this stuff to help us, including the algorithms and everything else, to give us a major advantage over everyone else in the market. And I think that's awesome. Not only is it a lot of fun to have that advantage and have this inside stuff and be able to think in a different way and use different tools than most people have access to, but it's also just an all-around cool experience to build this community and talk to you guys and have all of us communicate about this and grow together and see all of our financial futures grow to a level where we can all be very happy and comfortable in life. That's the goal, and that is what we are going to achieve here on this channel by working hard and using all of the factors we possibly can to make the smartest, most accurate decisions possible. I look forward to doing that more in the future, and I will see you in the next video.